Fleetwood Mac has had a million different reissues of just about every album. I'm going to talk about a couple of special versions that I love coming right up. Pretty much from the moment that Lindsey, Buckingham, and Stevie Nicks joined Fleetwood Mac, it became a much more commercial property than Peter Green's Fleetwood Mac and before. And with that comes a metric ton of sales and reissues and special editions and all sorts of stuff like that. And with Rumours especially, there's been so many different reissues of it over time, and special editions, super deluxe and box sets and so on, and even the self-titled album that was the first one that Lindsey and Stevie were on, same thing. It's been repressed a lot, and just dozens of different versions. However, there are two versions of those albums that I absolutely love that there's some debate on online, but just want to throw my opinion out about both of them, and that is the 45 RPM masters that were produced in 2011 for Rumours, and then in 2012 they went back and did the self-titled album. If this is your first time on the channel, we have all sorts of videos like this. Please go ahead and hit the subscribe button below. If you haven't subscribed to the channel but you like the content, please at least hit the like button, because that helps the algorithm and pushes the video out to other people. Lastly, any comments you have on Fleetwood Mac, these pressings, or other topics that I'll get into in a second, leave a comment below by all means. And if nothing else, you can also join our Facebook group by hitting the link in the description below and come and discuss vinyl and music with all the other people in that Facebook group. So as far as these two pressings go, they both are pretty pricey now if you look at the aftermarket. So I was pretty excited to get them back when they were new and when they were regular price, like regular retail price. I think both of these back then, and they both still have the price tag on them. These were $44.99 each. They're both 2 LP sets, and they're both 45 RPM. Now, I know a lot of people have opinions on 33 RPM versus 45 RPM. I will have a video on the channel in the future with my opinion on that. I kind of fall somewhere in the middle. But with albums like this, to me, I went ahead and picked up the 45 RPM version because I really think there's so much information in the details on these two LPs. So I just went that way when I picked them up. It really wasn't a debate for me. I just went with the 45 RPM version of each one. And boy, do they sound amazing. They really do. And the packaging, first of all, I'll start by saying both the self-titled album and Rumours are pressed at Pallas, and they're both mastered by Bernie Grundman. So the actual mastering and the pressing, you don't have to worry too much about because they're in capable hands. The actual cover and the way that the packaging is handled is just beautiful on both. Very thick cardstock. Really, I know this should be a given, but clear printing, even with the tiny fonts and so on. Great reproductions of all the original artwork all the way across the board. And the actual LPs themselves came in static-free inner sleeves, which is great. They have replications of the original artwork in the center, so that's cool. I know sometimes with reissues they'll go with a different center art on the LP itself. Sometimes they'll go with the original, and for these I like that it's just the original all the way across the board. Pretty much everything about this, other than the fact that it's on 2 LPs at 45 RPM, is extremely close to what the original was. So as far as packaging goes, you're getting nearly the same experience, just thicker records pressed at 45 RPM. Now, I don't know the self-titled album as well as I do Rumours. I feel like maybe a lot of people are that way, but I will say that there are some huge standout tracks on the self-titled LP. In particular, Say You Love Me sounds immense. It just really, it's a whole different level than I've heard that track sound before. And again, all my opinions in these videos are strictly my opinions. I'm not saying you would find them to sound better, but to my ears, it just sounds just enormous. Moving on to Rumours, and again, I labored the point at the beginning. Rumours has been repressed a million times and whatnot, but I have to say, for me, this version, the Bernie Grundman mastering, pressed at Pallas, 2 LP, 45 RPM, for me, this is far and away the best version of Rumours that I've ever heard before. A little bit on packaging, same thing. Very, very close to the original. Everything is printed clear and reproduced really well. Very, very thick cardstock. Exact reproduction of the original lyric sheet on the inside, because instead of the printed inners, it of course comes with the static-free inners, which is great. Same thing as far as the LPs themselves go, almost exact reproductions of the originals with the original inners, the original like Sunset Boulevard, Warner Brothers inner labels, which is great, except spread over 2 LPs at 45 RPM. I have to say that between the 2 LPs, to me, Rumours is head and shoulders above the self-titled album. Now, that could come from familiarity. Could be that I just know Rumours better than I know the self-titled album. But for me, every single track on Rumours is head and shoulders above any other version I've ever heard in my entire life. The version that's available on this version, right from the start. The very first track on the LP, Secondhand News, all the way straight through. There's just not a moment of dullness on here. Dreams is one of the best vinyl experiences I've ever had, listening to Dreams on this version. The Chain, Gold Dust Woman, You Make Love and Fun, every song on here to me is absolutely the definitive version that I've ever heard. So I always try and give opinions in these videos. I never want to come off as if I'm telling you how to spend your money, and many of these LPs I did get when they were at retail price. So I know, for example, while I paid, I think $45, I said earlier, a piece for these, which can seem pricey, I know they've skyrocketed in price. Personally, again, if you are a Rumours enthusiast and you truly love that album, I think it might be worth it to get one before it continues to skyrocket as far as the 2 LP, or keep an eye out and see if they're going to repress it. With the self-titled album, just to my ears, I don't hear as a gargantuan of a difference as I hear on Rumours. So to me, this wouldn't be that big of a deal to really try and seek out and pay the aftermarket prices on it. But however, if you have an affinity towards the self-titled album more so than Rumours, then it would be worth it to you. But I just wanted to do a quick breakdown. Every Thursday I try and share a video on some sort of rare or special pressing that I have, and both of these get worked out regularly when we have people over to spin records, and so it's been on my mind to make sure to do a video and kind of give you my opinion and breakdown on them. In the future, I will have a video about the debate between 33 RPM and 45 RPM. I know that there's a lot of opinions out there on that, and I think I fall somewhere in the middle, so I'll be sharing that opinion with you soon, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Like I said at the top of the video, if you're not already subscribed, that would help us out a lot. But if you don't get a chance to subscribe and you want to share your thoughts, drop a comment below. Either way, thank you so much for watching.